Hello, U.S. History. Miss Rivera here. Excited to start a new unit. So excited I thought I would play for you a little of the Beastie Boys. If you've never heard of the Beastie Boys, then you need to get out from under your rock and listen to some good 90s Beastie Boys or 80s Beastie Boys even too. So this song reminds me of my high school years, but a great song. We'll quiet down the Beastie Boys and we'll get started for today. We have a really short little instruction video, no lecture today. We are starting a new unit. I will be getting your World War II tests graded within the next week. So hopefully you did well on that, felt comfortable with that. Starting up the 1950s, so I placed your unit organizer right here. And so that way you can go into it and see it at any time. So it's going to be above each week. And so you can see that. I won't be able to give you a hard copy, but it definitely has a list of things that we're going to try and do in this unit. Things may vary a little bit, again, because, well, we're not in person, so I have to modify these lessons. So leaving World War II behind, going into the 1950s here, okay? And we'll be seeing, and of course, I just did something funky here. Save and close, my goodness. All right, we'll be going into the 1950s here and doing the 1960s to follow. This is a unit that will probably last us a couple of weeks, all right? All right, so I have no idea what I did with that thing, so let's move on. 3 generalizations, one of which we've seen before. Relationships with other countries have been influenced at different times by a sense of mission, by values, and by self-interest. That's our war generalization. After World War II, there's a lot of tension. We're going to talk about a lot of the political tension that leads us into another war, not a world war, but into what we know as the Korean War, one of the Cold War wars, okay? It's a Cold War. It's a lot of political tension with some hot spots here and there throughout the world. Then we're going to look at our other 2 generalizations throughout history. People have attempted to improve their lives and the lives of others in society. And in every period of their history, Americans have given special expression through their art, literature, films, music, manners, and morals. We're talking about the social side of the 1950s. And as you can see, we'll start with the political over in this work area here. We'll start with the political, and then we'll be working into the more social side of things. Plan is to watch an I Love Lucy episode, get your opinion on how things have changed, how the show shows kind of some of the social norms of the time. So this is a great little unit. Hope you enjoy it. Let's start off. Let's go back into our Schoology and let's go into today's work, which is Friday. So we're going to jump down to the Friday folder, which will always be the purple folder. Okay. And as you can see, we're going to be looking at what the political climate was about after World War II. And I have a typo in there and I'll get that fixed. All right. We're going to start off looking and learning about a guy named Mao Zedong. Okay. Many of you probably have never heard of Mao Zedong. You've heard of Hitler. You've heard of Stalin. But many of you probably have never heard of Mao Zedong. So I'm going to have you watch a 15-minute video. But the point of watching this 15-minute video is exactly where we're headed within learning a little bit about the skill of writing. I know you guys did an essay for your World War II test. I hope those went well, but we're going to talk more about the skill of writing a good historical paragraph. So you're going to watch the Mao Zedong video, which is an interesting video because it's animated, a little different than the videos I've chosen in the past. 15 minutes. And as you're watching the Mao Zedong video, I want you to take notes on the Mao Zedong video. But I don't want you to just take notes because there's a lot of information in that video. I want you to focus your notes. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like to focus your notes. And I want you to see this statement right here. The false statement is Mao Zedong was a good and moral leader. That is a false statement. Okay, not true. So I want you to take notes as if you're trying to prove this statement wrong. Okay, take notes that would prove that statement wrong, that would show that Mao Zedong was not a good leader. He was not a moral leader. Because there's a lot of information in this video, and I only want you to write down notes that would prove, that gives you evidence that he's not a good leader. Okay, so, and then what you would do is you would submit your notes. So you will have to type them. You could use pen and paper and write them down to start. Or you can automatically just type them as you're listening to the video. The problem with typing them as you're listening to the video, unless you have two devices, you won't be able to watch the video at the same time. So that's where I would say maybe you writing your notes and then retyping them in. I'm not sure that it would let you do a picture. If you can figure out how to submit like a picture of your notes, I'm cool with that too. Okay, that's our DICE assignment for next week. All right. So that's it. That's all you have to do. And you have to make sure to prove that statement wrong. Those of you that may not watch this video may be taking a lot more notes than you need to. And that's a lesson to be learned. Watch these videos. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this week. I will be talking to you again on Monday. Thank you for all of you that are logging in and doing your work. I super appreciate it. If you're having any issues or problems, be sure to email me. All right, guys. Have a great weekend.